Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network. Hi, this is Amit Doshi, and I wanted to thank each and every one of our listeners. It's been 2 years since I founded IVM, and it's been an amazing 2 years. We wanted to learn a little bit more about who is listening to our shows, and so we put together a short survey. The survey is anonymous, and we aren't going to be collecting any personal information. I would really appreciate it if you could take a couple of minutes out of your day and go to ivmpodcast.com/survey and fill it out. Thanks, and please keep listening.
You're listening to TFG Football.
Well, what a day it was, right folks? Amazing stuff. And 64 years of wait has been now no more waiting. It's been done. Like, we've done this. Though it was in the 90th minute, though we played not great, but we did it. What matters was that one goal and 3 points. We have those 3 points. India defeated Myanmar at Myanmar's house, in home ground, and we've done it. Man, what a goal that was. We will talk about that and more. And to talk about that, joining me as usual is Kevin in the studio and Chiranjeev joining us via phone call. Now, if there's any disturbances, please bear with us. But what you're going to get today, we're going to live a true fandom moment today on the show. Like reliving all this, getting back all those good memories and getting back saying, wow, what a day. Probably, I think, especially Chiranjeev will be living up to that thing, right? So go for it, Chiranjeev, go for it.
See, wasn't perfect, wasn't like very pretty to look at, but in matches like this, when you are just trying to get a few points on board at the start of the whole campaign in your Asian Cup qualifiers, you just need that win, You don't want to think about anything else. We're not gonna win the Asian Cup. We're not gonna try to make a example to the world in terms of beautiful football or whatever. Yeah. We need the wins. We need to, get ourselves up there, among the next bunch of, the next level of teams. We need to be counted among them. So, it's good to see, the Indian team turning up. Of course, there were still problems because, although Constantine took a page out of whatever happened in the Cambodia game and decided to go with Sunil Chhetri on the left and Jackie Chand on the right. He wanted more pace and good finishing to be there. Again, Jackie Chand was not doing that well, and obviously we saw rolling boards. We're missing Pranay Halder like crazy. Yeah. It's something we can get into later, how that weak midfield affects the entire attacking prowess of the team. But just imagine how beautiful the team looked after Udanta came up. Yeah. Jackie Chand went to the left, Udanta was on the right, and he was giving crosses after crosses, like perfection. This last 20 minutes, it was just Udanta trying to run up the right, and in the end, it delivered. And I don't know if part of the credit, if I should say this, but part of the credit goes to Ashley Westwood here. This Udanta, Sunil Chhetri combo. It's bred in Bengaluru FC. It was like almost they had a telepathic connection. The guy sent the cross on the run, and it was a first touch finish. So class all the way. What a way to finish it. We have seen games in the past where we have tried hard, but we had those one or two moves going against us, and we ended up beaten. Yeah. So it was great to see the history reverted, as you said, in many ways. Yeah. Also, well, before I get Kevin into this discussion, I want to say that we did mention in our preview podcast how important Udanta and our wing plays will be. Udanta and Jackie Chand especially, and we know how trust or faith that Stephen Constantine has on Jackie Chand. It's like, experience hai, senior player hai, isko to main le lunga. I mean, even if he's not in his top prime performance, he will be in my playing 11s, and we saw that. Okay, and especially after watching Cambodia's match, we did say we need those
people running up the flanks and just giving those balls to the up front, Robin, Chhetri, JJ, whoever is up there, and just finishing it off. And there you go. Jackie Chan delivered. He did his best in the first half. Yes, he missed few chances.
Did not deliver though.
Yeah, I mean, he did. He kind of. I mean, he came close to scoring. Yes, there was a bit of fumbles.
I don't know.
Bit of fumbles from him.
Robin Singh, like, I think I feel bad for that guy because he created like two very beautiful moments, especially that pass that he gave to Jackie Chan right after the half-hour mark.
Yeah.
From the left, he crossed it in, and it was an empty net.
Yeah.
Like, Jackie Chan had to get one touch. Like, he had to get his head, toe, shoulder, stomach, ass, anything on the ball.
Yeah.
The ball would have gone in, but he just missed it completely.
Yeah.
But seriously, it was sort of an off day for him. His touch was off, and he was just not, getting it right.
Yeah, and then comes the beast, the Flash. It was like a flash, like running up the flank, Udanta. Man, it's insane to even think that he's just 19 or 20 years old, or not even 20, I think. So it's crazy. Kevin, now let's talk about what did you think about the match?
Firstly, I think Siju's prediction came right. What was your prediction?
Yes, see, I told you India will win.
No, she said like, ask me after the match.
Yeah, so that's what, exactly. So my score came right. No, I would say 1-0. India wins.
It was so. This is so bizarre. I predicted 2-1. Kevin predicted 0-0 or 2-0.
Yeah.
It was a 1-0.
Yeah. Nobody is favored. See, that's why I said it came to me. See. Well, jokes aside, Kevin.
Very similar to the Cambodia start, this game also began in the similar note. The opposition taking India for a ride.
Yeah.
They were blistering in pace. It was difficult for India to catch up. And we could see that we were already the second best in the first 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah, that was insane.
Nobody thought that this would be the start that Myanmar comes with. But we did expect a lot of movement from predictable players. And it did.
Yeah, Coco was in full swing.
Coco and Ong Tu, these guys, they were creating, those 1-2 between them. And there was this left winger, number 14, who did change flanks in between the first half. And when he did, he put up the same performance. I'm not sure if he was troubled or it was just tactical that he had to switch wings, but he gave the same performance as he was in the left wing. And excellent. We really have to feel bad for such teams who begin on a good note but are not able to put in those goals early in the game.
Yeah.
But we are supporting India over here. So we have to talk good about India. But you have to give credit the way India held on to that first 10 minutes. They were a little shaky in their touches.
Yes.
And Jackie Chan, yes, he was having a bad day. But he did not put any less effort in that.
Absolutely.
You reach up to the goal and you miss over that doesn't count as a bad performance. Yes, he was running up and down the same performance that he gave as he came on in the last friendly against Cambodia.
Yeah.
So for me, Robin Singh, as we spoke, that he might be a bad addition to the setup. He wasn't all that bad. His role is defined for that. Just wait, and put in those balls for those incoming players. He did that twice, as Chiranjit already mentioned. Twice those setup that he had created. And I think only on one occasion he played a bad pass was when...
Are you telling that? The one that he passed to the goalkeeper?
No, I'll tell you what was the problem over there. Robin Singh had all the time in the world because the player whom he was against had already been to the ground.
Yeah.
He was waiting for somebody to approach that far post, but nobody was there. He delayed the pass, but it was too long for him to just hold the ball.
Yeah.
So he just he toe poked it was right to the keeper. It could have been better had he had options to pass to.
Or probably a little more power to the shoot.
So we cannot blame Robin Singh for that. His intention was there, but the toe poke, you can never judge what direction is going to head. And Cambodia, Myanmar, I'm sorry. Myanmar had always two players to be passed to.
Yeah.
That kind of running up and down, that kind of movement between those short exchange of passes, India were not there, at least in the first 20 minutes, I believe. It's only towards the end of the first half that we started to click together.
Yeah.
And Jackie Chan, you have to look up to him as he's the runner of the team.
Yeah.
You know,
Man,
if
he
you
still
do not
got the
have,
pace in him.
you know, if you do not have such runners, it's difficult to beat fast teams like Myanmar.
Yeah.
You know, that's some point that we'll have to look to in the future games, because we do not see a left winger moving as much as Jackie Chan was.
Yeah.
You know, that was the tactical change that Constantine did. He switched flanks for Jackie Chan, and he got in Udanta.
Yeah.
Excellent move. You know, it's just the cherry on the cake.
Yeah.
You know, when you have a perfect 3-man counter-attack move turn into a goal. Excellent to watch. You know, that moment is such that you can just watch all over and over again.
Yeah, or go back again and then relive those moments.
Yes.
I mean, I think we missed Chiranjit in the garage because it was a chaos and a scream.
Everybody just erupted when the goal went. You know,
my mother thought like somebody had died or something. Okay, I started screaming. I was like freaking jumping around the drawing room where I was watching the game, and everybody was like, okay, what happened?
Yeah, it was the same reaction. I mean, I'm pretty sure the whole building must have thought, what's happening on the 4th floor? What just happened? But that's how intense, and that's with, I mean, what do you say, speed and, I don't know, all of the things come into the picture, and it was a clinical performance and a finish. You know, 90th minute, you want that just before we thought this match would end up in wasting of 3 points and we would be sharing a point after it was frustrating. The players, we could see that how many yellow cards, all our players, Jingan, Lindo, Chhetri, everybody got yellow cards. So it was getting to them, and then this boy, I'm not calling him a man, boy comes out running like a beast and just crosses into his captain. Wow, it's amazing. It was amazing. Well, now what does this win mean for us, Ranjit? Why don't you say it to our listeners?
Okay, so I'll talk about it in 2 ways. As per the campaign, right? When you're looking at the campaign, this is not an open and shut group as you would have imagined. Okay. Yesterday, Kyrgyzstan and Macau played a game.
Kyrgyzstan won.
And I think it was a Kyrgyzstan home game.
Yeah.
And it was a 1-0, right?
Yeah, 1-0.
So Macau goes to Kyrgyzstan and loses 1-0. That means they're going to give India some trouble.
Okay.
So these other teams, and we've seen Myanmar, how they can outrun India.
Yes.
Okay, so Cambodia tried to do the same. Myanmar also almost did the same. Macau players will also be very fast. We can just expect that.
Okay.
So there is, no taking for granted any match in the future in this particular group. And in that sense, getting 3 points away from home in this match is supremely important. Had we seen and had we dropped points here and seen, okay, Macau is playing that well that they're giving a tough time to Kyrgyzstan in their own backyard, we would have been in a very bad mental place going into the next game in June.
Okay.
So it's pretty good that way that we got the 3 points. The other aspect is the team aspect. Okay, what works for India, what doesn't work. I think this last 2 games that we played pretty much establishes that Sunil Chhetri works better as a number 10. Okay, there's no need to use him as a left winger and give him this floating role where he sometimes comes back in and sometimes just tries to pass it to Robin, who then tries to connect the right winger or JJ. Okay, so no need for that. It's possible, it's perfectly acceptable for India to play a 4-4-1-1. Where you have 2 traditional wingers like Jackie Chan and Udanta on the sides, who are pure wingers. Okay, they're not given any particular responsibility to come back in. Okay, and you have Sunil Chhetri as the guy behind the striker, and you can have JJ or Robin. You can pick and choose what you want, and use that combination. What this was doing is that putting Sunil to a bit on the left was the trifecta that Kevin was talking about, the Sunil, JJ and Eugenson. That trifecta.
Yeah.
It was not functioning because Sunil was a bit too far away.
Yeah.
So you have to put him in the middle. You have to give him the the independence to float here and there wherever he wants, have a free role. so that he can deliver those sublime moments. Because the guy can finish from anywhere. The guy has a one-touch finish. Not many Indian players have it.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you just let him wander in the box, he can get you a goal from anywhere. And I really hope in June we have Pranay Haldar back in full form. From what I hear, he's not playing on Saturday's game between Mohun Bagan and Bengaluru FC. But I think that's less of an injury strategy, but more of you just bench him because he's got 3 yellow cards and Mohun Bagan have a derby coming up. You don't want him suspended for that. So he will be back, and once that weakness is covered, that Rolin Borges, letting people through and committing rash fouls and giving bad passes, that part is taken care of. India will have a very solid base, and we will create 3 times the chances that we are creating now. And that's what gives me hope for the match against Kyrgyzstan. We may just finish at the top of this group. That is like a super awesome thing.
Yeah. I mean, at the very thought of even thinking about it, it looks good. It sounds good. So it just has to be implemented. Kevin, your thoughts on that?
See, it has to be taken play by play and team by team, because here we were dealing with a fast-paced team. We do not know how Macau can be. They may be as fast as Myanmar, or at least as good, quick as them. But the problem is, it also depends on how we approach the game from the attacking perspective. This was played like a more 4-3-3. That looked like an attacking formation, but we were not there. It really backfired on us. We were hit from the sides. There was no central midfield penetration. It was that right wing combination between Ong Tu and Koko that worked most of the time. And there was one point in the game where we had 6 or 7 players in our own box, and there was a hurried clearance that fell to the left winger of Myanmar, and he got a half volley that just went over the crossbar. That is a sign of hurried defensive Indian play, because you don't want such instances to be given to somebody who's good at finishing. Left winger might not be the best at finishing, but come Kyrgyzstan or Macau, if you have a finisher who's given that chance, when you have the entire team in the box and you have almost an entire goal, a top right corner or a bottom left corner, it's going to be lethal for us. These points have to be taken into consideration when we plan for the next team. Kyrgyzstan, maybe they're really stronger than Myanmar are. So it really depends. I think we are playing Kyrgyzstan at home next.
Yeah, in June. And parting thoughts, Chiranjit. What is the one thing that you're taking away from this game? I know you mentioned a lot of them.
One thing that I think that everybody should take away is that we can. Okay, we can go to countries abroad and deliver good results. We can make ourselves proud. We can reverse history if we are given the right condition.
Right.
Okay, Constantine got better preparation than he has ever gotten during the World Cup qualifiers. He got a camp, he got a friendly, he got enough time to acclimatize his players in the conditions of that country, and he had enough time to prepare for this. He basically had a 1 month window to prepare for this.
Right.
That is something that's very important. I hope he gets this every single time going forward. Courtesy the merger. So the top division league should always respect the international break and give the national team enough window. There should always be a telecast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It should be unequivocal. It should be like if Star Sports or ESPN are not interested, just let DD Sports do it like they're doing it now. The government. We're trying to promote football in this country. The government is trying to promote the Under-17 World Cup.
Yeah.
So why don't you just, the government is proactive with cricket, they should also do that with football. Now, all these times, India were playing abroad, there was no tele. Every single time Indian national team was playing, it was trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And this time we had a telecast. Immediately it went to number 1 and it stayed there for hours. Everybody was talking about the win. So this is what it is. We can break through to the public. We can, create pride in every casual fan, that they should be proud to be a follower of Indian football. They should be proud of our footballers, and the administration should give them enough support so that they can reach the next level. Like what we are hearing is that the next ranking we will be within 105 to 110 in FIFA World Ranks. That is like best in years. So that gives us a chance if we keep winning. If we win all the friendlies and 5 of the matches that we're going to play, we may be in 85. I think, like I said, this is a top 100 team. We get a win against Kyrgyzstan. This team we will have to call a top 80 team. Okay, that's how much the potential is, and beautiful squad depth. Nishu was on the bench. Like, who else was on the bench and was not even available due to injuries? And so many great players who are not even getting call-ups right now. So this is a good time. This is a good time for us to break through and say, yes, we can reach the next level.
Well, I think we should leave it at that, because he's already summed up whatever we were thinking about, and it's the right way to parting thoughts, as I asked him. Perfect way to end the show. Now, he did mention something about the merger, and we have some news bits, but we will be talking about this in detail tomorrow. I didn't want to start talking about this because we had to dedicate this show on the marvelous win that we had, irrespective of whatever we played.
I wanted it to be a happy episode.
Yeah, exactly. So we thought we'll end it towards the end. We'll say towards the end, and you know what to expect tomorrow. So apparently East Bengal and Mohun Bagan will be meeting with the IMG Reliance officials later today, and there'll be some news developing from Kolkata. So we'll get you all of those and many other things that's happening in football in tomorrow's show. So we end this on a happy note saying, yay, India won, yay.
And Siju's prediction came right.
Yay. Yay. Okay. Now if you're listening to our show on YouTube, hit the like, share, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell icon so you get updates of our new episode. You can also listen to our podcast on our Audio Boom, SoundCloud, iTunes, and various other podcasting apps. You can talk to us directly on Twitter, Boza_Kevin, Chiranjit Oja, Sujan Matthew 94. TFG Football is the Twitter handle you must follow if you want to keep up to all the Indian football updates, and you can also log on to our website, thefangrush.com, for all the other updates you want to read. You want to read the match report once again? Go do that. You're free to do it. You can also
watch the entire match.
Yeah, exactly. Both the things are there. So people don't want to read, want to watch, everything. You have one stop. That's thefangrush.com. Also download the IVM podcast app on iOS and Android. Have a great day, folks. Enjoy. Just live this moment. Okay, go for it. Enjoy. Or whatever. Cheers, bolo. Enjoy karo. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Hey man, just help me out, man. I need some podcast, man. I haven't had a fix in a week. Just need some.
Don't you worry about it. I got podcasts galore for you, man. Just go to ivmpodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out.